I am sure sports. You know me there, from coast to coast representing. I mean, I say this is righteous representing for Omar. You don't know, come get your sports over here from near and far. Boy. Me say I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know no game play, that me not say it. If me never seen a game, me not know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the day done, you are gonna love over here so.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crapper players. We are good enough. Remember to like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment, let me know what your thoughts are.
Trick Nick Jerk Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, Scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
Made up of 18 Jamaican herbs and spices. Add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
All right. Welcome to I Am Sure Sports. Who is that? A pioneer that? Pioneer. I look like a pioneer that. Fresh God, are you that? Ricky Tang. Ricky Tang, big up yourself. Fresh God, big up yourself. A pioneer named Joseph Gray. A pioneer, are you operator under the name the pioneer? Pioneer, where you going with? With your false basketball prediction, pioneer. Don't let me start at you, pioneer. You understand me? Be a wrong prediction, If I were a betting man, you understand me? I would have lost many money. Because I would have believed in some of the things that you said in a pioneer, and it would have not worked. How would that? Rockford. All Rockford startouts already. Rockford ever have anything good to say about management? He Rockford. I'm not really sure about Rockford, You see me? But blessings to everyone. Welcome to I Am Sure Sports. I am management, and today we're going to have a good one. We're going to have a big one. So please get onto the show. Get ready. Get up. It's time to go. As usual, we want to, make sure that we take some time to give, thanks for the life that we have. Give thanks to the Most High God, the one that keeps us. It is Him who has made us and not we ourselves. You understand me? He is the King of all kings and He is the Lord of all lords. He's the conquering lion of the tribe of Judah. He was the one who was, is, and is to come. With Him, there is no shadow of turning. You understand me? And we know, because every moment, every day we live, we see just people, some may say senseless, but we see people just dying, almost like life has no value anymore. And when we see those things and we have breath in our lungs, we have to be grateful, because we didn't have to be here, but blessed be God. We are here, Yeah, man, we definitely are here. So I hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody's doing fine. Hope you had a fantastic weekend. You spent some time with your loved one. You told, the kids, your wife, your baby mother, whomever, how much you love and care. and appreciate them. You understand me? Yes. Yeah. Today we're gonna have a big show tonight. In fact, because we're in the night, but we won't be long with you. So as usual, you can call in, you can give your thoughts, you can give your feedbacks, and stuff. Whether it be basketball, whether it's be West Indies cricket, whatever it is, feel free to call in and share with us your views and your thoughts on any of the topics that we have here or any other topic that you feel like you want to have a conversation about. All right. Nitro, bless up yourself. King Jav, bless up yourself. Ricardo Baggio, up. Who is that? None other than the mighty Jason Guna TV. People have been watching. Some people have just come up on the scene and started the YouTube thing, but they have always been on YouTube doing very well. Man like Jason Guna putting in the work. You understand me? You have man like not just Jason Guna, but you have 50-50 putting in the work. Bless up to him. You understand me? Pioneer is here. He want to talk basketball. Pioneer don't know nothing about basketball, but just because he want to talk, I'm going to send him the link and I'm going to beat him with some of the nonsense when he talk about basketball. Now send him the link, people, because it's a Pioneer right now. Be a false prediction, man. You understand me? Hold on, let me send him the link. Go beat him right now. Indiana Pacers going to be swept. That is what I'm sure about. You understand me? Swept. You understand me? All right. Yes, people. So big up. This video is powered by Trickney Catering and Prestige Finance. Lend, where? Yeah. Lending a helping hand when you need it the most. All right. So Pioneer, send the link or you can call in. All right. So let me just say this, people. All right. What? All right. So first thing. I hear like all of a sudden, you notice me wearing my Arsenal shirt, an old one. I have the new one from last season, and the green one, right? Like the third kit, right? But can't wear with the green screen. So I have to be careful which one of the Arsenal. If me don't have the red one to put on, it don't make no sense because it don't work well because I use a green screen. All right. No, I hear Manchester United fan say that they had a better season than Arsenal because they win a trophy. Are you serious? When you say a better season, what season are you talking about? Must curry season or meat seasoning? It cannot be the EPL season because the only season is the EPL season, and the season are the 38 games in the EPL. Winning the FA Cup is not a season. That is not the season. The season is the EPL season, not the FA Cup season. There's no FA Cup season. All right, so there's no way Manchester United can have a better season than Arsenal. Come on. But we have, I soon come back and beat in the bud. You understand me? You wait. You think I just start. You understand me? Because we're not such a good season. Why not don't fire? Why are you all firing Ten Hag if you had a good season? Keep the coach then. If you had a better season than Mikel, keep the coach. Wait, fresh God, if you're going to count FA Cup, give me my Community Shield like me win at the start of the season. Because I defeated Manchester City to win the Community Shield. So you end the season with a trophy, me end it with a cup. So, yeah. Anyways, we have Pioneer. Let's talk some basketball. Soon come back for you, fresh God. Big up Owen. Big up this Allen. God bless. Bless up yourself. God bless. You miss around 10 Super Friday, and God bless. Don't let me send Ed, God bless. All right. Pioneer, are you here?
What go on with it? What go on? I am sure family. Why not?
Oh, you sound so far, man.
Nah, man, I sound far.
Yeah, you sound very far from the phone.
You hear me better now?
I am hearing you, but I kind of doubt that the people are hearing you clearly. People, if you're hearing Pioneer clearly, let me know. Let me see if there's anything I need to turn up on my end. I don't think so.
Check again. You hear me clear?
Go again.
Checking. You hear me clear?
Yeah, may I hear you still. People tell me when I can't hear me now. May I hear me now? When I hear him clearly. All right, Pioneer, welcome to the show. It's been a minute.
Yeah, man, it's been a minute. I don't know. Big up to the world. I am family. I'm sitting here watching the Indian Pacers, Boston.
No, them say them not hear you, Pioneer. You see, you have to understand you're a very busy man in a Pioneer. You see, because you're so busy, I think you better you call in. You want me to call you on WhatsApp or straight? Because guess
I am gonna call. I'm gonna.
yes, so calling because I guess what I think because you're so busy and you always get phone call, it a chip out the volume and messages. Yeah. All right. So Pioneer soon come back up so we can school him because Pioneer just knows we need to beat them. All right. So so all of a sudden, we don't want Ten Hag to stay. Glory, Manchester United. Keep Ten Hag. Big up, God bless. Hey, I tell you, God bless is really God bless. Yeah, man, you know that we did some work Labor Day. You don't know it go. Oh, Pioneer calling. All right. Yes, Pioneer. Yo, don't move, Pioneer, because you see the phone here. The phone here now. That's why we can't bother with the Manchester United people. Them. Hold on, Pioneer. Don't move. You see the Manchester United people them I call this, you know. I call this, you know. Check. What go on here, man? Sure, man. Yo, the Manchester United fans, them like them do something to my foot. Oh. Yeah, man. Pioneer. Check. Check. Yo, what go on, man? Oh. Right, yo, I don't know what go on right now. All right, I hear you. I am hearing you right now. Yeah, man.
You hear me loud and clear?
Yeah, man, loud and clear. All right, so talk to me now, basketball guru, because all of your picks gone, you know. You pick Timberwolves, them gone, you know.
As I'm saying, I like many ministers, but following their pitch. But I had mentioned respect Anthony Edwards. And at times during Anthony Edwards
Hey, Pioneer, listen. Them not hearing you. Ricky thinks I'm not hearing you. So listen, you want me to call you straight? Come, I can call you straight, you know. Yeah, let me call it straight. Yeah, let me just set it up and do that. All right, because we don't want Pioneer, him know the basketball, you know. You understand me? So let me just deal with it straight. Yeah. Yeah, man. Big up again, God bless. Really appreciate it. Big. Thank you so much. Yeah, man. Thanks to God bless. Yeah, man, for that. Because he knows the project, you know. This goes towards some socks for the youth them. Because that's what we do to people. When we get blessed, we be a blessing. You understand me? We go out in the communities like the Labor Day thing and we help some teams and some youth get the football stuff going. Yeah. We'll show you some socks that we have to give to some youth. Courtesy of the people, and we always looking to do that. You understand me? Always loud and clear. Yeah, man. There we go.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Before me even getting on, more as RIP to one of the legends in the basketball, Great Bill was. He passed away today. I don't know how many persons on the platform actually know that.
Yeah, he passed away, right? And his son, for those who don't know, his son used to coach the Lakers as well. Pioneer. Hey, Fresh God, hold that. Hey, Fresh God. Delete the comment. Hey, Fresh God, delete the comment. There, you know, Fresh God. Yes, Pioneer, you got disconnected. Yeah, man, I am hearing you.
People online can hear me.
Yeah, I think they're hearing you now, right? So you were saying talking about Bill Walton passing, and I was saying that his son, for those who don't know, his son more than a couple seasons ago was the coach at the Lakers.
Yeah, man, from the Lakers player, late player, and coach of the Warriors, Lakers. An assistant teacher at football he led the Golden State. I think it was Minnesota. Nothing was. All right. You know, we are into a changing of the generation. Most of the legends come back. But to some current basketball man, you were speaking about the team bubbles there.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know, you hear me? I'm not hearing you. You hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you. I'm hearing you, you know. So I'm actually you're hearing me.
Yeah, I'm hearing you now, but
Yeah, man. I was listening to you. You're talking about, yeah. So you go ahead. You finish with the Bill Walton and you're moving on about
the Timberwolves.
the
Yeah, man.
Timberwolves. Yes.
You were saying something about me picking the Timberwolves, and I'm saying that like many persons in the basketball world, I bought into the hype of the Timberwolves. However, one thing I've always mentioned that in order for the Timberwolves to win, I expected Anthony Edwards to be the best player in the series. And as I was saying earlier, there are times that Anthony Edwards didn't seem like the best player on the team. So it was actually disappointing, for them to find themselves in this three goals. Um, all the games they are close, but what that tells me is that they were in the games at times. But the magic of Kyrie and Lucas is anything that the Wolves can do. And I think the series is. I don't think they're good. I think the series is done. Even though I don't think they're good. But they must find a way to win a one. But I think with the ascendant, it was very hard.
Yeah. So I think Pioneer. Listen, if too many players didn't play well in the Denver series for the Denver, and that is why Minnesota won. I think if Jamal Murray had consistent games with what Joker was doing, then they would not have won that series. Credit to them, you know. But I just don't think they are built in terms of their maturity and leadership right now to have done this. I don't think people realize how much like a Kyrie Irving has really gelled and matured as a player. It's like he is Luca, you're the man. But whenever it's my time, I will do what needs to be done. But you carry this team.
I'm going to put it this way, man. It is the person who actually built the general manager who actually built the
Wolves.
Denver Nuggets.
Oh, they never know it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm forgetting his name. He's actually the person, and when I said Billion, he's the person who was responsible for drafting the Joker. And I don't remember that they had the Joker and Nurkic at one time, and they traded away Nurkic. So he's the person who was responsible for assembling Denver Nuggets. He's also the person who left Denver and was responsible for putting the fuel together. He was critical in that Rudy Gobert case. So it is said that he killed the fuel to beat Denver. But obviously, as I was joking with somebody last night, that he didn't build them to beat Dallas. But I think also, man, is the coach have been doing a coach in terms of the coach. There's been a work of coaching lapses. I don't think they
Yeah. Yes, Pioneer. I'm losing you again.
yeah, man, I'm pointing out coming down the street where he had Conley. I mean, you're up at two. You're trying to ice the game. You have about 20 seconds left on the clock. You're coming down the street. You need your best, one of your best ball handlers to be one of your best playmates. Then because of that, the ball was forced into uncontested, and the double team him, and he threw the ball out. So turnover which led to that big shot by Luther. So people's little things have made a difference in this series. All three teams have been close. Then you get the feeling that people could have won either any one of these games. So them being three, not this three name rule now is as I said it Luke and Kyrie, but you also have to kind of point some fingers at the coach and some of the star players and those. Personally, I think that Anthony Edwards is not in any condition. I looked at him in game one, and I didn't think this. I haven't heard anybody else, but I've been said. There's no way a 22-year-old player should be gassed in the first 5 to 7 minutes of a play.
I think he's gassed up because he talks too much. Maybe that is it.
But come again, I didn't hear you.
He talks too much.
And I think as he matures, he will learn a little bit as speech.
Yeah.
temper some of the things that they say because calling out somebody like Kyrie Irving before the series starts is not the smartest decision in the body.
Yeah.
You don't want to give these people any added motivation. So I think that was a mistake on his part. I think even in his post-game interviews, he has been saying a little too much. For example, we heard him saying in an interview that he was going to shoot 30 shots in game three. You don't make statements like that. You go on the court and make the game start. So as he matures, he's young, 22-year-old, as he matures, obviously learn. He's learning the hard way now. But I think him not playing so deep in the player is taking a toll on him right now. We can see obviously he's at the best condition. Right? He knows that the great ones like LeBron James and Steph Curry, that those people spend hours and hours in the off season getting themselves ready to the long season. Ant-Man is just coming to the party. So obviously he must go work on himself in the off season and come back in a better condition.
Yeah. And we have Preacher who has joined as well. Ricky Teng say you're only Sunday morning quarterback in Pioneer, but it is actually Monday night. But let me hear from Preacher.
Yeah, big up yourself in the mornings. Big up Pioneer. Ricky Teng, big up yourself. I think as we analyze this series, we are being reminded of the importance of matchups in basketball. The Dallas Mavericks are a difficult matchup for the Timberwolves because Dallas is a backcourt. Dallas is a guard dominated team. They have two very good point guards. Luka Doncic, who is a big point guard, a Magic Johnson type point guard, and Kyrie Irving, who is perhaps one of the most skilled guards that has played the position. Both of whom are excellent at creating their own shots and are in their own right closers. In the Denver series, Denver played a lot through the Joker. And the Joker, even though he's highly efficient, big player, the Joker is not as mobile. The Joker doesn't create the same kind of problems for the Timberwolves defense as the guards on the Dallas Mavericks creates for the T-Wolves defense. One of the things about Luka Doncic is Luka plays at his own pace. He's not influenced by the defensive set of his opponents, and he is not put off by length and agility. What bothers him most really is physicality, and the people who are guarding him in this series are not necessarily known for their physicality. In the OKC series, we saw Dart, the forward from OKC, matching up with Luke and causing him some problems because he had a lower center of gravity, was much more physical. So this matchup is a difficult matchup for the Timberwolves. Outside of the matchup, we're talking about just the play. I think Anthony Edwards is suffering from some of the hype that would have come his way. When you get to the Western Conference Finals in the NBA, this is pressure time. This is about nerves. This is about being able to remain composed. And I think that he may be mentally and emotionally tired because of all of the energy that he would have expended in the previous series, hyping up himself and dealing with all of the hype around him and surrounding him. Comparisons to Michael Jordan and all these things can be a lot for a 22-year-old in the NBA. First time he has ever been on this stage at this level. We must also accept that the Denver Nuggets series was a grueling series for the Minnesota Timberwolves. It was a 7-game series. They were up 2-0, lost 3 games straight, had to come back, dig deep. They were down by 20 in the deciding game, had to dig deep while Dallas were able to cover OKC in 6 games. So when you add all of those things together and the fact that Karl Anthony Towns has been missing in action, 13% from three in the series, 26% from the field altogether. Ant-Man has not had a second scorer. McDaniels has been good in spurts, but you can't be Jalen McDaniels can't be your number two scorer in a series like this. Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic collectively have been averaging 19 points per game in the fourth quarter alone, shooting 69% from three in the fourth quarter alone, producing 12 assists in the fourth quarter alone. And this is now their average over the 3 games, and only turning over the ball 4 times. So when you look at that level of efficiency from Kyrie and Luka, it just tells you that Dallas just has the better players in terms of their superstars who are playing at an elite level as we speak.
Yeah, and like for me, I mean, and I think that is a lot of what you said, Preach, and I think even Pioneer is so true. I just think like even looking at the Celtic, I think because the Celtic will go through, because I don't think Indian, I know they're up by probably a couple of points now in their game before, but
I'm actually watching the game. It's 48, 46 with a few seconds. 48, 46 with 4 minutes.
Yeah, the troubling, yeah, cause the troubling thing for me is I don't feel like it look like even Boston to me don't look like a team that is ready to win a championship. Like they could win it. I feel like they could win it by default, but they don't look like they could beat Timberwolves. They don't look like they could beat a fit Indiana. They don't look like they can beat a good playing Mavericks team. They just don't look good.
Well, I don't know. Pioneer wants to address it, but I think I will just quickly say Boston is very deceptive. Boston doesn't. They're not impressive in terms of aesthetics. They're not playing flashy basketball and exciting basketball. What Boston is really doing is playing efficient basketball. Some people may say they lack intensity or they look lethargic. And I agree. There are times in games when they can lull you to sleep. But don't forget that this Boston team has the best record in the entire NBA. Regular season record, that is. Don't forget that this Boston team is yet to lose at home in the playoffs. I'm sorry, yet to lose on the road in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Don't forget that this Boston team, the core of this Boston team, that's Al Alford, Jason Tatum, and Jaylen Brown, together has 16 Western Conference Finals series that they have played in. 16 Western Conference series. We're not talking about games now. 16 final Eastern Conference Finals appearances. This is a very experienced unit. And sometimes with teams like these whose ceiling is an NBA championship, it is not about being flashy or being exciting in the first or the second round. It's really about getting to the finals and putting on their best show. They're playing without Kristaps Porzingis, who gives them the ability to protect the paint and to stretch the floor. A big who can score in many different ways. They also had another key injury on their squad because they're a deep squad. With Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, you're talking about 2 players who can get their own shot and who, in their own right, can win a game for you. They have 2 all defensive players in their starting lineup, Holiday and White, and I believe when they match up, if they match up against
Kyrie and Luka.
Kyrie and Luka, those 2 guys will be the main guards. I think Holiday will have a job to do on Luka, and he will add some pressure. He's strong. low center of gravity, savvy defender. And so I hear the arguments about Boston, but Boston is quietly efficient. This Boston project started in about 2017. They drafted Jalen Brown in 2016. They drafted Tatum in 2017. They actually brought Kyrie Irving in free agency over to Boston for him to be the leader of this unit and to create a team around him. Kyrie never stayed long. He left in 2019, I believe, and went to play with the Nets and Kevin Durant. And this Boston team um, went to the Eastern Conference Finals in 2018 without Kyrie playing. He was not fit. And they took the LeBron James Cleveland Cavaliers team to a 7-game series, right? With a young Tatum and a young Jalen Brown. They are ripe. They are prepared. They have been there. They have done that. They lost in the NBA Finals to the Golden State Warriors in a 6-game series. So this is not about being flashy. It's not about convincing the audience. It's about getting the job done. That's what this Boston team is doing. They're quietly getting the job done.
All right, Pioneer.
Yeah, man, I hear everything of Peter. I want to say something about that. Everything of Peter is true, but it's for the same reason why I am doubtful about it. I have a doubt. So let me take a in-depth look at Boston. What are them? Boston has, on paper, Boston has the best five, best starting. And if you want to include Porzingis in that, you can actually put Al half. There are 5 players who can shoot the three effectively, which means they can spread the floor. There are 5 players who defend at a high level. And there are 5 players, if you include Porzingis, you can get them more. Because Drew Holiday can get them more. So can Derek. And so can Porzingis when he's up on the floor. So when you include Al Harford, he's probably the only person who defends spot up shooting. All right, but for the same reason the preacher I exalt them, he spoke about getting to the finals against LeBron James. Yeah. They were actually up 3-2 in that series. And the Caps came back and won 4-3.
Yeah, man.
They were up 1 at the finals. They were up 2-1 against the Golden State Warriors at the finals. And Golden State won 3 games straight after Boston, after them being favored in that series. So it's for the same reasons why people kind of doubt this Boston team and doubt the authenticity of them. They always flatter to deceive. Nobody doubts their talent. What people doubt is them heart, basically. They remember last year they were down 3-0. Last in game 7, when everybody was thinking that they had momentum in the series. So this Boston team has flattered this team. Yes, they had the best record in the NBA. They won the East by all of 14 teams. However, they have also had a good fortune in this playoff run. Let me be loud and clear for the people at the back. They have beat all the teams they have been without their best players.
At some point.
Jimmy Butler, at some point. Jimmy Butler didn't play a minute in the series against them. Jimmy Butler is undoubtedly Miami's best player. We saw Donovan Mitchell. We saw them losing to Cavs with a pick Donovan Mitchell in the morning game. But then Donovan Mitchell went out and they made the series easy for them. We saw game 1 with Tyrese Halliburton, them having problems. And then Tyrese Halliburton going out. So every team they have faced in this playoff run has been without their best player. And people will point to Porzingis. Porzingis is not Boston's best player by any stretch.
Are their main player?
Are their main player? He's not even probably their 3rd best player. If you were talking about Boston's 3rd best player, for me it would be Tatum, Brown, and Holiday. So you can't compare. So and with the last of Porzingis, they have a capable replacement in Al Horford, who was been playing with them for a while. But as I said, they are the most talented start. They have, as I said, they are the most talented starting 5. They are one of the most talented team in the NBA. What people will question is their character. For example, Jason Tatum has less than spectacular in this playoff run. He had a good game. He had probably his best game. in the last game they had.
Yeah.
But you know, we have for me, I think Dallas will present them with a great challenge. Tisha just pointed out to the matchup that between the backcourt of Dallas versus the backcourt of Boston. It's gonna be a great matchup. For me, Drew Holiday and Derek White are two are the better defenders in the league. Let's see how they match up against Kyrie and Luka. In the front court now, then you think now that Boston has an advantage with Tatum and Brown. All right, but then Dallas themselves have risen to the occasion defensively. I think if it manifests, when it comes to fruition and if it manifests, it's gonna be a really good series. I am going with Dallas. I'm going with Dallas because of the grit and determination and the heart and guts of Kyrie and Luka versus what I've seen on display from the Boston Celtics. But I think it's gonna be a good series.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't call it a rebuttal because there's no need for one. I think there's a context though that one has to put to everything Pioneer said, which is true. So they were up 3-2 against the LeBron James and Kyrie Irving Cleveland Cavaliers. But they were being led by Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, who in 2018 were in their second and third year in the league.
Yeah, man.
So when you put that in context, then you see how these guys have demonstrated potential from as early as that. Then we fast forward to them losing to that Heat team in a 7-game series. No team in the history of the NBA has ever come back from being down 3-0. So even when they came back and tied that series 3-all, they were playing against history. The reality of the situation is, I mean, for them to have overcome being down 3-love and win that series would have taken an historic performance, right? Then we move away from that and we move to the finals against the Golden State Warriors. This was the first time Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum and co were playing in the NBA Finals. I think on that Boston team, I don't recall if any player at all on that team had ever played in the NBA Finals before, right? This is against the Golden State Warriors being led by Steph Curry with Klay Thompson and Draymond Green, who played in about 6 of the last or 5 of the last 7 NBA Finals. So when you put that into context and the absence of experience at different levels, I think this Boston team has not necessarily flattered to deceive. I think they have the project has been by and large a progressive project. They have been progressing. I agree with you that they have played against opponents without the opponent's best players. But let's think about those opponents. So they played Cleveland. First, they played Miami without Jimmy Butler. But the Miami team that took them to 7 games in the prior season and the Miami team this season are not the same Miami team. Even with Jimmy Butler, that Miami team was not playing at the level that I think would have beaten this Boston team. Now, Miami is a well-trained squad. Spoelstra is one of the best coaches in this era of basketball. But I don't know that Jimmy Butler's absence would have robbed Miami from winning the series. Then we move to the Cleveland Cavaliers series. Donovan Mitchell's absence did not rob Cleveland from winning the series. It probably robbed them from being a little more competitive in the series. Yeah, but the Cleveland Cavaliers were not going to beat this Boston team, even with Donovan Mitchell. Then we are now in this series. Let's look at the absence of Tyrese Haliburton. So in game 1, the Pacers literally gave the game away. And that has been their modus operandi, turning over the ball at critical points. It happened in New York series. It happened in this series. Tyrese Haliburton was on the court. He was actually responsible for a number of those critical turnovers. Let's look at game 2. Tyrese Haliburton was out there. It was a blowout, right? They come to play in Indiana, and I think this is where Indiana really missed Tyrese Haliburton because Indiana is unbeaten at home with Tyrese Haliburton on the court. So I agree that his absence is costly. But Indiana were also in a close game and did the same thing again, made stupid, silly mistakes down the stretch and gave the game away. So I don't know that Halliburton's presence was going to make them win the series. Probably would have made them be more competitive in game 3 and probably tonight. But what we do know is that every time Boston, a team has made a mistake, Boston has capitalized on it. Boston has taken advantage of it. And championship teams, quite often, are not necessarily teams that play perfect every night, but are teams that find a way to win games even when they're not playing well. And that this Boston team, I believe, is primed to take it to the next level.
Chris, I can agree with most of what you just said. As a matter of fact, I agree with everything you said. But the bigger point we are making is that this team has not been tested. They haven't been tested in the players, and they haven't been tested because of the same your point. They have been the teams that they have played against
have not been at their best, and that must be true. Yeah.
And so I'm saying into a series against Battle Harden, Dallas Battle.
A final as well.
Yeah, man, the final. Definitely we provide that test. And with two of the best closers, two of the best playmakers, and two of the best players in the team right now. Kyrie Irving, the left-hand Kyrie Irving is playing right now. He has elevated himself into the conversation among some of the best players in the league. So, as I said, as a matter of fact, I would wish that final was starting tomorrow. We have some little housekeeping to do with this series being wrapped up, but I can't wait for that final to come to fruition. As we speak, there's half time in the Pacers game. Pacers are down by 1, 68-67. Putting up a galleon fight there, as a matter of fact. Missing some bunnies at the basket. They should have been up at the half, but putting up a galleon fight. And Boston is doing well, but as I say, I am waiting to see them test it. And I think the true test will come in if and when they meet Dallas Mavericks in the final. And as I said, great job and everything that you just said and I just said, I am definitely rolling with Dallas.
Yeah. All right, Pioneer Preacher. Listen, I really never had I never had any basketball because I didn't know that I'd have had you guys available, So yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want the people believe like I clickbait them to come and talk football and then they're hearing basketball, right?
We can't talk football to the Mannings. They must have rounded it.
There you go. So if I don't know, because I want to segue in some football, because a lot of things we need to talk about, Pioneer. We need to talk about Ilian at the Prefontaine Classic. So I don't know if you want us to do something tomorrow evening and we just go through.
Pick up a show for tomorrow, man.
Yeah.
Pick up a show tomorrow. We can start by then. This series will put it
over. Exactly.
We probably can do it during the game tomorrow.
Yeah, I would love to do that and talk about, like I said, Ilian's performance. I'd love to hear from Preacher about the West Indies chances having swept South Africa. What he thinks in the T20 World Cup, because that is days away, basically.
I want to say one thing quickly before I jump off, man, about the heading that you have on there. About this. Is a foolish non-answer. And the question
about United. Yeah, but Ricky Teng is convinced that United had a better season. I don't understand Ricky Teng.
That is madness at the high start. And the two questions you asked, man, is very pertinent. If a team had such a great season, why were they contemplating firing them? That is a big question.
Yeah, they were. That's what I'm saying. But is the FA Cup? What I'm saying is winning the FA Cup a part of your season.
Yeah, you don't consider that part of your season, but then you have a weight. Some things carry more weight than is a silver medal in the Olympics, not more valuable than a gold medal. We have to put weight and we have to put things in the plan. I'm sure any top athlete would rather win a silver medal.
All right, so here's it though to me though, but it's like for me, the Premier League is the ultimate in England, not the FA Cup, right? So here's my thing. If I say to you, I won a gold medal at the Pan Am Games, but I never qualified for the Olympics or the World Championships. It basically
somebody won a silver medal at the Olympics.
Yeah, I feel like you winning a gold at the Pan Am doesn't match up to the silver medal at even the World Championship.
Here you go. Here you go. So we can use those things to compare. It's a foolhardy argument, and no. It's kind of, I think, a desperate argument by a desperate Manchester United fans who are seeking up the flag to cling on to. But
I know preacher. I don't preach. I don't talk about these first
No,
round and the conversation because he's way up top with his City team.
no, I'm not a City fan. I'm a Chelsea fan, to be honest.
Oh,
Yeah, but the thing about it, when Manchester United fans can be calling within the FA Cup and finishing what, seventh or eighth in the league,
the worst finish in
yeah,
their history in terms
yeah,
of points.
yeah, when they can call that season a better season than Arsenal, who up to the last day of the season was still competing for the EPL trophy. uh, Arsenal team who went as far as the was it quarterfinal in the Champions League.
Yeah,
Arsenal team who qualified again for the Champions League. When they can,
10 games later, they won the
yeah,
EPL.
they only lost one game in the Premier League in 2024.
yeah, yeah. When they can call a season like theirs a better season than Arsenal, it tells you how delusional they are, and as pioneers say, how desperate they are to clutch at straws, really, or probably unambitious they have become, because this is not the standards that Man United have hold themselves to at all.
Exactly. I see Fresh God saying, so trophies don't matter then. That
No,
una said to me, no, and
no,
I'm not.
no.
Yeah,
No, that's not all right. So at the beginning of the season, right? At the beginning of the season, certain teams set themselves certain goals. And I'm pretty sure at the beginning of the season, Manchester United's end goal was not to win the FA Cup while at the same time finishing with their worst performance in the EPL in their history.
And they
That
were
was
playing
not
third
their
the league.
goal.
They were playing third the league next year, Freezer. It's not
Yeah,
just we are only gonna play. Manchester not making not qualifying for the champions.
that was not their goal.
Not 15 seconds gets an automatic champions.
Exactly.
But we are gonna be
So
playing third Europe, third the league.
yeah, yeah.
Um, come on,
So
man, you.
what first God is saying then is, if Man U had won the Carbo Cup, they would have won a cup, and that would have made them had a better season than Arsenal.
yeah, but
We can't
Arsenal,
we, we
if you're
can't
going to
reach
go by
like
that preacher, I will go back to the first title and offer was a community shield. Manchester City versus Arsenal. Arsenal won that. So if you're going to dismiss that,
yeah.
then,
We're not even getting
no,
at that
but
conversation, because you just play into the game where the Man U fan them are try to create a game of their own making. The truth is,
you,
Arsenal
you know what I
Arsenal had an
want to ask you?
excellent season.
This is Nitro had a very good question. I want to ask the Manchester United fans, did Aston Villa have a better season than Manchester United?
Yeah, I would say yes. And Aston Villa won no trophies. They won no trophies.
Playing champions
You
league.
know,
Uh,
so it's a non-argument. The argument is a non-starter, really.
And I heard somebody with this question this morning, and it's such a pertinent question and a good question. Ask Manchester United fans, would they swap the season that they had for the season that Arsenal had? Would they rather have finished second in the Premier League, qualify for Champions League next year, and with all of the monetary compensation that Arsenal have got from coming second and going to the quarterfinals at the Champions League? Would they rather that than to have won the FA Cup and finished second in the Premier League? And make sure that every Man U fan who is honest enough would swap places with Arsenal. So I can't
Facts,
understand
man.
how it would Arsenal. It's a
Facts.
desperate, it's a desperate, as I said, it's a desperate. I would
Yeah,
understand the whole wanting
rivalry.
relevant. Yeah,
Yeah,
the rivalry and the need and the want and the need to be relevant.
I am telling you, doing a pioneer. The Manchester United fans will tell you, like Fresh God is saying, they prefer because I think Fresh God is saying he prefers the FA Cup and being in the position that he's at. I don't think the majority of Manchester United fans feel that way.
I don't think that is honest, and I don't think that is coming from a place. I don't think that is
The,
coming from.
the only team in England who had a better season than Arsenal is Manchester City. That's the
Manchester.
reality of the
But I think
situation.
Liverpool had a better season than Manchester United.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
we
yeah.
just said we still Aston Villa who finished fourth,
Aston Villa
and
did.
then at least Liverpool finished third and won the Carabao Cup.
In fact, up until the final of the FA Cup, a Chelsea fan could say they had a better season because Chelsea has missed an entire starting 11 for the entire season.
And was in the Carabao Cup final. We were in the FA Cup semi-final.
Yeah.
I mean, Chelsea came on late. We came on very late with all the challenges that we were facing. Our young squad, Cole Palmer having a standout season. Our midfield was suffering from a lot of injuries. Caicedo was out for a period. Enzo was out towards the back end of the season. We weren't able to start a consistent 11 over about 20 games. So as I say, this is kind of a desperate attempt on the part of Man U fans to maintain some level of relevance.
Fresh God. Honestly,
Yeah.
hold on the preacher. Sorry to cut. Fresh God, I'm an Arsenal fan, right? And we miss Timber for entire season. But let me say this. No team in the league, I believe, can compare to the amount of losses in terms of players Chelsea had all season, brother. Chelsea lost an entire starting 11. Manchester United has had injuries, but nothing compared to Chelsea. I can go from the goalkeeper, Sanchez, Fofana. They miss an entire backline. Reece James. You can go up front to Christian Nkunku. There are so many. I could just go on and on and on and on.
For
But we
real,
can say
man.
that there are way more players to choose from. You could say that. But Arsenal, Fresh God, of course I am saying to you, Fresh God, that Manchester United did not suffer the kind of injuries that Chelsea suffered.
One is, I'll jump out, but I'm saying it's a desperation argument. This is not even, trust me, if you ask me, it's not even worthy of debate. But as I said,
Yeah.
fans of teams will come up with situations, let them team relevant.
Yeah, man. So all right, so tomorrow we'll do that. We'll do that show, Pioneer, and then Preacher. I don't know if you're going to be available because I know you're you're very engaged these days, So I don't know how the time is, but it would be good to kind of spend some more time after the season as the series has ended. Yeah.
As I said, man, set it up tomorrow. Tomorrow we can talk some basketball and some track and field. We can start preview even the national trials that come up. We can preview the NBA finals. By tomorrow we should have a better complexion as to how the season, how the series. Tonight I suspect that Boston might close out tonight. Close game tonight, suspect they might close out. And then as I said, we can do the show during
the game
tomorrow. That was a better idea. So.
Yeah. All right. Would love that because a lot of things happening in June with the track and field. I need to hear about Brianna Williams from you and Coach Minzy, and I need to hear about Ilian. I feel like they're not both of them. None of the two of them going to the Olympics, but who am I? I'm not.
Very interesting coming.
Yeah.
One race doesn't make it that season to Ilian, but I have some interesting tips and what he's going to, and we can revisit a little bit of history. So the moves you have.
Yes. All right.
Some of the moves you have made in the past.
Yeah, man. All right.
Tomorrow,
yeah, man. All right. Bless up, Pioneer. Much respect. Right. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. All right. So yeah, man. Getting some very interesting comment. I say, coach is there saying, man, is last year this was established. Why? Arsenal did better in EPL. We got that. But for the entire season, I want a trophy. Arsenal want to play it. Them can put Rice in that and have their party. You're talking mad. This coach really did that. We're gonna tell you right now. I like before the game says, where is it? He says, Mannings, man. To the Man U fans, some people like McDonald's and some people like caviar. Enjoy your FA Cup win and 8th place with no Champions League next season. All right, that's a good one. All right. Yep. The guy talking is incredible. Michael Gardner says, Manning's evening. Quick question: do the Reggae Boys have a sports psychologist assigned to the team? Yes, there is a sports psychologist, and I did an interview with him on the channel just recently. He was here. You can go and watch it. Dr. Jason Scott Hamilton, he was here. They also have myself as a minister. There is a chaplain as well, Devon Dick. He's there. So in terms of that, and that is for the end all the programs. So I'm not sure, but why do you think there needs to be a sports psychologist? Is there issues with the players? Where I would think so. I don't know. Not saying that. Why would that question come up though? It would be interesting to know why. All right. So like I said, congrats to Manchester United, because I keep on saying to Manchester United fans, and I think I'm joking. I think they have a very good coach. I think if they relieve this coach of his duties, it's a problem for them. I think Ten Hag is a good coach. He bought Martinez, good player. He wasn't able to play a lot of the season. Onana, good goalkeeper. Right. He has Anthony has flopped. The young forward, Holland, he's good. He has brought me in. So I think he's a very good coach, and he just needs some time. But I am not a Manchester United fan. All right. Yeah. So congratulations to them on the FA Cup. I think the coach deserves it. And I will say this. He has had a better time at Manchester United in terms of trophies than Arteta at Arsenal. Because to be fair to Ten Hag, he has spent less time at Manchester than Arteta. Arteta won an FA Cup that Unai Emery prepared a team up to the quarterfinals, and then Arteta took it from there. All right. So there you go. Yeah, but on the track and field, big up yourself unseen. I'm very concerned about Ilian and Brianna Williams. I just feel like, yeah. To Ghana, a killer instinct. No, Michael, listen. All right, people, gone are the days when people are people, the Jamaican team, like, hey, all right, so let me help you again, people, because I saw a comment earlier by Winston Fowling about players. Listen, I don't know who is older or a younger person, but let me say this. If management says something online, go and check it and verify it and make sure. I don't know why we run with everything that people say, right? Let us not run with everything that people say, okay? Okay? Yeah. Let us not run with everything that people say. Because I think when we're online, every time a person does a stream and they mention player's name and they mention team name, it's like there are people who will just buy into the narrative. I believe that there are most of the persons online, you're adults, you can use the internet. It's better to wait than to come out and ask silly questions and crazy questions. All right? So here's a question that he asked. All right, Winston Fowling. All right, so let me go back to the question. A video was done long ago, and I said this, right? Where is it? Let me find it. So we have 2 World Cup qualifying games, right? One on the 6th, don't it? And one on the 9th, right? So we have 2 games, one on the 6th, one on the 9th. All right. So bless up. So the first game, right? So the first game of the World Cup qualifiers, like we said, what do you think about missing? So they are going to miss the game, but the coach can still select them because there are 2 games. So this was known from the Nations League. You understand me, Winston? So at the end of the day, we have to just look. That is just how football is. Sometimes people get card suspension. You understand me? I think I don't agree with it, you know. And here's why I don't agree with it. There are different competitions, and to have the cards move from Nations League to Gold Cup to World Cup qualifiers to Copa America, I just don't think that is all. It's just like you're saying to the players in England or in Europe. Every tournament you play, the cards that you pick up is going to add up to you. I don't know if that is just a general thing, but I don't think this is how it should be. That is just personally me. But I think we have right backs that can fill the slot for Dexter, who will miss the first game. And I think we can fill the KC Palmer slot to miss the first game, who will miss the first game. And that is it. All right. So, and management man concern were not from others, but a thing I have recognized in prior times. I am a stickler for perfection, or close to it, so I take no chances. Yeah, but I don't think our team has played down in recent times. And if I go by recent performances, I don't see that happening. Like I don't think so. I don't think the team plays down. So we have to give kudos to the professional players we have in the team now, who, when they step on that field, is a professional performance. This is a World Cup qualifiers, you know. These players see this. For many of them, this is probably the only opportunity they are going to have to play in a World Cup. There are no chance to slip up. These are must-win games without putting pressure on them. And I believe that they have that in their heads. And they know that. All right? Yeah. You understand me? So, but I think we are strong enough. Oh, so that's what you want? Yeah. Oh, okay, that's what you were saying. So I agree. If that's what you were saying, I agree with you, because I'm saying the card accumulation is crazy because it is different competitions that they picked up the card in, you know. It is not the same competition. So I don't know how it works. I want to know, Marlon, tell me that is how it works in Europe, right? So if there is, oh well, Europe only have Euros and the World Cup qualifiers. So I don't know why it is like that, Winston, but I certainly don't think it's the way it should go. If I play in the Copa and say I get a yellow card, then the next yellow card I get in World Cup qualifiers should not add up, so I miss a Nations League game. That's like 3 different competitions. I don't like it, and I don't think that is how it should be, but it is what it is. All right? Yeah, but what I'm saying to Nitro is that we had the Nations League, World Cup qualifiers, and Gold Cup and Copa. And what I'm saying is that all of those competitions, the cards apply. So if you play in the Gold Cup, right, and you get a yellow card in a game, then you get a next yellow card in, say, a Nations League game, right? Like if it's 3 cards, so you get 2 cards in 2 World Cup qualifiers, 2 cards in 2 Gold Cup. You could miss a Nations League game or a World Cup qualifiers. I don't think it should be like that, because they are separate competitions. Unless like it's a red card where you get a straight red card, like outside of that, I don't think it should be. And I'd like to know, if somebody knows the rule, why it applies across competition. Because even in England, if a person gets a red card in the Premier League, don't they can still play in the FA Cup? Don't they can still play in Champions League? If you get red card in the Champions League, you can still play in the Premier League game, or in the La Liga game, or the Bundesliga game. Because they don't carry the cards over into the other competition. They don't accumulate them over different competitions. No, man, you can get a red card in the Premier League and still play FA Cup. What? Oh, so you're saying that if a person gets a red card in the FA Cup and a yellow card in the FA Cup are just red card, you're saying that a red card in the FA Cup causes you to miss the Premier League. And if you get a red card in the Premier League, you miss the FA Cup. If you get a red card in the Carabao Cup as well, you miss it. Oh. I'm not, like I say, I'm not sure. I'd love to get some clarity. So if somebody can probably give me some, because I don't want to. So if a person, you're saying that if a person get a red card in a Carabao Cup game, he cannot play in the Premier League game? And if you get a red card in the Premier League game, he misses the Carabao Cup game? I need to check that out. I need to check that out to make sure. So, and then, so if I play 4 Premier League games, right? Because after five games, you get suspended, yellow cards. So I have 4 consecutive yellow cards in a Premier League game. Then I get a yellow card in a FA Cup. Does that make it 5 games and I miss the next one in the Premier League? Or the 5 card suspension is only for the Premier League games as well? Okay, all right. So they're saying they're missing it. All right. Fabi friend, I'm not sure where you say yeah about, you know. All right. But I don't know. I don't know if maybe because if what Bert is saying is that it is the same federation that governs the competition. So what that mean? Oh, the suspension is for all English competition. So maybe because all of these are CONCACAF competition, the cards carry over then. That must be the rule. You understand what I mean? Because once it's a CONCACAF competition, you know, that's a very interesting thing. I guess the club thing is different. Like if the club competition is like they probably separate what happens in the club competition from what, yeah. So I figure that because Gold Cup is CONCACAF, Nations League is CONCACAF, and the World Cup qualifier is CONCACAF. So maybe because they're all governed by CONCACAF, that is the reason why. So yeah. Okay. All right. I see. All right. And people, listen. Yeah. Stop like people carrying around with some nonsense, no man. All right. How many times people, let me tell you this, all right? Let me give Jamaicans the reality, all right? A lot of the people who are overseas, especially in England, many of the, especially where you have like people 70-year-old and beyond, those people in England, a lot of those, what you'd call original Jamaican birth certificates, you know, are not accurate. One, because of poor spelling, poor registration and name, and many times to travel, people use all different kind of names. So you see, when those things happen and years pass, imagine someone had a misspelling at 20, they never come back to Jamaica, right? Bad penmanship. And now they are 80, trying to get a grandson to become a naturalized citizen of Jamaica. It's very difficult, you know, because half of the information wrong. You see, all if the person dead, bigger problem, because you're going to have to find people who are living, like JPs who were living when that person was born in that place to verify that that person was so and so. And it's not easy. So many times when you see like players trying to come. People think like you can just walk up by the embassy or the high commissioner or PICA, put in information, and bam, a Jamaican passport fly out. You know how many people in Jamaica that had to get different birth certificates just to get their passport and they live in Jamaica? I know people in Jamaica, you know, that they didn't realize that some of the names that they have been using in school were not accurate. And when they try to get passport, they realize a whole heap of information wrong. I have a good example, you know. I have a good example. So my sister, her surname, so there are two ways people spell Stennett. Yeah, what them call? What the flood of the name of Jamaica? You know what? People lose all them birth certificate in the flood. What name again? Not Gilbert, before Gilbert. There's a big flood in Jamaica. What call 70 flood? There was a massive flood in Jamaica, you know, before Gilbert. There was this big flood in Jamaica, you know. A whole heap of people they lose all kind of documentations, you know. No man, before Gilbert, what kind of Charlie, man? There was they then call it 670 flood or something. It was a massive flood all across Jamaica. 51 storm. Hurricane Ali. I don't know which one them, but the 51 storm. Oh, that was 1951. Maybe I am wrong again. Oh, me never know say 1951, man. Me think it was up June flood. Them call it, man. Yeah, man. It was 51 that happened. 1951. Oh, it was June 1951. Whoa. Hurricane Ali 19. Yeah, man, I in the 80s, man. I in the 80s, me at in the 80s, man. 80s, man. Allen it name, man. What kind of 51 flood storm, man? 80s, man. Allen. Yeah, man. Was a storm. Flood out and lot of people. All right. So I have a sister, right? That she had to get a new birth certificate, basically. Because guess what happened? Her Stennett is spelled different from my Stennett. Some people spell a Stennett with an H at the end. Some people spell it with two T's at the end. Mine is spelled with two T's at the end. Here's the thing. Of all my siblings, all my mother's documents, all my father's document, all my other siblings' documents have two T's. My sister is the only person who had an H at the end. And I'm saying that, how did this happen? Someone in doing it, right? June flood, 1980, somebody said 1986, June flood. Yeah, triple E, there you go. June flood, man, yeah, man, June flood, them call it for real. And here's what happened, people. See, I should do all kind of things. So she had to now go and change it. Change everything. Like she had to change from license to marriage stuff to all passport to everything. And she's alive, you know. Imagine somebody had that and never changed it and were dead. And them grandson or granddaughter try to represent Jamaica. There you go, Bert. And a lot of times that the people them at the hospital. Because in those times, I am certain that a lot of people who work like at the registration places used to look at people and say, but them can't spell. Let me spell. What you want to name your child? And them, they are probably the ones who actually spell the name without talking to the parents. A lot of that happened because I just feel like Jamaica was probably more uneducated at the time. And so therefore, the bright people would be like the nurses, doctors, teachers, and those people used to write people name. And I think this is why a lot of these players now want to play for Jamaica. It is taking so long. You see in Jamaica, and I mean I tell you now, you just got a business in a Jamaica and you tell them your name. They don't want to ask you how it's spelling out. Them start write all kind of nonsense. And if you don't look at the form properly, you have two N's, then put one. You have the I before the E, then put the E before the I. See, somebody here have an next one says, I changed my name from George Stinks. You see what I mean? Listen, up to recent, I've got I helping someone to get a piece of appliance recently, and they're writing up the warranty thing, and they have the person ID, you know, but they still ask them, so what is your name? The person said the name. Them write it, and I have to say, listen, you want to sign, but you write the name wrong. But it don't matter. I say, oh, you mean it don't matter? I could come back here for this warranty, and you say no, but that is not the spelling and say a wrong thing. You never do it for that. If you don't check when people are writing down the information, I'm telling you, there was a time when I had 2 birth certificates, you know. Some could always make me age. If I wanted to be dishonest, make my age a year younger in cases and a year older in cases. And you know what happened? Because I had a baby dedication, or they call it christening certificate, that one of them was christening right early. So one of them was done. All right. So the christening was done on one birth certificate before I was born. More understand? Like, all me get christened before my born, I don't know up to today. So yeah, see, Fresh God said same thing with his mother's name. See this person, my name has been wrong on my American passport for 20 years and 3 passports running. You have to double check. See, somebody else said they mess up my name on my birth certificate. It's a common thing in Jamaica. And just imagine, we know, a lot of us who read and we online and we know all of these things. And we who are probably way more educated than our foreparents are experiencing these things. Imagine them. And some of them couldn't read and write. Them only say, please call him Joseph. Me know a man named Joseph, you know. You know how Joseph spell? You would not want to believe it. Joesif. The man mother say name Joseph. And the people them spell him man name Joe, which is Joe really, you know. And SIF. Sif. Yo. May I tell you, so people, it is a problem. It's crazy. The other issue is a lot of these things as well. When people go, because back in those days, especially a lot of families, watch this, they used to impregnate their own family members, cousin, and then they find out say them cousin, uncle and niece and grandfather and all of those things are some big uncle and them. And what they used to do to cover it up is give the child like them father name or them grandfather name until people get big. So a lot of these things are the reasons why it's so difficult for people to get documentation. So I don't want us to come on and think like these players can just walk up to the PICA office and just have everything and just drop it off. So these are the realities I want us to understand. So don't think like the players are really delaying it, but just to get their documentation, is a problem. Not even to apply, to get the right documents to apply is a problem. Could take them years. This one says, I have a better one. A family member must have 3 different names. What? 1 birth certificate, one on her birth certificate, one on her daughter, and she was using a different name. This is the reason why my mother couldn't. You see what I tell you? That is it. Listen, this one says, for real, it took me 26 years to know I was born 4 days earlier than my christening. Hey, I'm telling you see all this christening thing? But swear, me I tell somebody people, hey, we can tell us stories, right? So I know of a story, right? So a person during them Windrush time there. Yeah. All right. So Claudine, bring up this one. Let me just use this one, right? So back in those days, right? When people were trying to go to England to do all kind of things. So what they used to do, is that some people just get the passport for them. So for example, my name is Anthony Paul Grant. Anthony Paul Grant. Let me not use Grant. Anthony Paul Stewart. Let me use Anthony Paul Stewart. That is my full name. As an example. Anthony Paul Stewart. But me want to go foreign. For whatever reason, me can't get the passport and the thing will come up. But me born in a Trelawney. But there's a next Anthony Stewart that born a Westmoreland. So what they would do now is just use the Westmoreland man who name, no middle name, in just name Anthony Stewart. But me name Anthony Paul Stewart. So me go get, me then put my picture upon Anthony Stewart. Right? So me now get Anthony Stewart, And me gonna foreign. All right? Me live a foreign and everything second. Me nobody come back, because me know what they go find out. All right? Jesus. No, man. Me no grant boss, me just use an example. Hey, Carly, tell you the easy, Me not a grant, sir. Me no grant no favor, boss. Me not a grant. Me just tenant. So watch this. So the man go foreign as Anthony Stewart, right? Anthony Stewart. Remember, when he born, he was named Anthony Paul Stewart. So now him there foreign. Him name Anthony Stewart. No middle name. But him original birth certificate have him as Anthony Paul Stewart. Oh, there's Anthony. All right, no, I'm gonna use a different name. Carnegie. Let me use so a man born a Jamaican name Carnegie Paul Stewart. But the next man born, cause in Jamaica them time then everybody like everybody almost had the same name. I be a Paul, Anthony, and just there are some very common names. So it is possible that you could have people in separate parishes that have the same first and last name, but there's a variation in the middle name. So when a man use an ex man name and go a foreign now, and then him kids them want to be naturalized, here's the problem now. Yes, when them check in passport say him born a Westmoreland, but in birth certificate say a Trelawney him born. In passport same name Carnegie Williams, but in birth certificate the original say one same name Carnegie Paul Williams. So when them start check them say the RGD will say, yeah, we have somebody born on that day, but the person that you're talking about was not born in Westmoreland, that person was born in Sri Lanka. I'm telling you, like, these things happen. So it takes a lot of processing. I'm telling you, people, it is not easy. And so that is why I keep on saying to the players, as early as you can, just get the passport. Why you have to wait until you get called? The Jamaican citizen, the youth them at Jamaica, they might try get a passport. So try get a passport as long as you can play ball and just have it. Yeah, just get a passport. Start applying for it. You are 14. Get your kids to apply for it. Let them get the passport at 13, at 14. If you don't want to play for Jamaica, it's okay. Get it at 10 and 11 and 12. Even if it takes you 10 years, at 20 you can have it. But start applying for the passports, because you don't have to play for Jamaica if you have the passport. Do you understand me? As somebody saying that, all right, so my name's can't a formal recruitment office assist with these? The players are busy as hell. And this is the next thing now. No, Nitro, here's the thing. That is why I'm saying the players need to start doing like that. I am challenging the mothers and the fathers and the grandparents to start doing this, because you can't wait until the youth, they are Chelsea, and the youth, they are Arsenal, and the youth, they are Coventry, and the youth, they are Stokes, and the youth, they are, you know that you have Jamaican connection. When they are born, begin to do it. Start the process from there. If the youth turn a baller, want to play a ball for Jamaica, cool. If not, fine. If you want to do track and field for Jamaica, cool, fine. If you don't want to do no sport, you don't want to do no track, like other persons, he can still travel to Jamaica to visit his family at some point. Don't wait until there's a funeral or a wedding and then you have to run up and down. That's what I'm saying in the Nitro. While I understand having the office would really help, it may still take long. It may still take long. So I am urging the people in the diaspora, as soon as the kids are born and them, they are 6 and 7 and 8. You know that they are from Barbados. You know they have connection to Trinidad, and they have connection to Jamaica and to Grenada and to St. Lucia. Start applying from early, especially for the Jamaican, because you understand me? We always find very interesting ways of getting to foreign. That's like a Jamaican thing. You know what is funny though? Hey, I was just going to say this because I didn't even know this. I don't know if it is something recent, if the law has changed. But do you know that if you're in Britain working, unlike in America, where if you're in America, you know, and your child born in America, you know, here's what happened. You know what happened? They say you're an American, you know. That don't happen in England, you know. If you're over there working for 10 years, you know, you have to apply, you know, to become a British citizen, you know. You born there don't give you citizenship. So in the same way, many of them have to apply for UK citizenship. Do the Jamaican thing said time. That is my thing. So you become a dual citizen from early. And this will solve all of them problems that we have. Or most of them. Good thing we never come foreign from banana boat. What is the banana boat? Them banana boat business there, you know. Claudine. Look at Minzy now. Minzy, one of them man there too, you know. Minzy versus Minzy versus Minzy's. No, all right. I must say, one thing I must say, fan of the show, big up yourself. One thing I will say is that I find it that we don't have a lot of these issues in America, because I feel like somehow people are able in the United States, they are able to get their original Jamaican citizenship. Like, I don't know what happened in England in those times, but most of the people who went to England, they have never come back to Jamaica. When they come back to Jamaica, it's like they said they want to be buried in Jamaica, and the family probably bring them to Jamaica to die here. But a lot of them in the Windrush and all of those times, they just never came back to Jamaica. I kind of find it's a little bit different with the States, because most people who move from Jamaica to the USA, they normally find a way of coming back to Jamaica. I don't know how they do it, if they banana boat it to and fro, but they always do that. See it? This is the next case. Man, I know a child by the name of America. And she said, her mom said, Amelia, the nurse heard America. You see it? May I tell you? Oh, big up Rob. Rob is saying that because in those times they never need any. You just needed someone to be waiting for you to pick you up at the airport. Okay. 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 Oh, we had a caller. Sorry, caller. I missed this call. Let me see if I can get the caller online. People, hit the like button, you know. This is a good informative show, you know. Don't bother ramp with the thing, you know. Hey, and you see someone who they are Jamaica who don't have no ticket, stop ask the squad. Go buy a ticket. If go buy a ticket and stop ask the squad. Who knows squad? Who knows squad? Go and go buy a ticket and stop ask the squad. May the people them from foreign ask the squad. Yeah, they are Jamaica. Go and go buy a ticket. And stop ask the squads. Go and go buy a ticket. Big game will come up, you know. A big ball of them will come play for Jamaica. Go and go buy a ticket. Oh, oh, a lot of illiterate. Yeah. Maybe that was it, you know. Maybe it wasn't the brighter Jamaicans who went in the Windrush. I'd love to know more about the Windrush, you know, like who were the people? Were it farming people, or just, you know, did we send the people like who are highly educated? I don't think we'd have sent our I don't want to say best, because I don't want nobody feel like something I put down anybody. I don't think the country would have allowed its citizens who are highest qualified and the high intellectuals to go away in the Windrush. It may have been others. And then that is true, you know. We never had visas to go to England, so all people needed was a passport. Hey. No, I'm saying the US soccer works hand in hand with the State Department to push player citizenship. They have been doing it since '98 with David Regis. Okay. Oh, you're saying that? Okay, I see what you mean. Okay. Hey, I don't know, you know, Jamaica is a funny place, you know. Jamaica, like some of the things you can do. Let me just help people. You see, in Jamaica, especially when you come from foreign and you come back to Jamaica, do the things. Don't ever tell them, say, you see when they are foreign, if you want to help, you know, tell them thing there. If you want, like no call them and pressure them, you know. Because like the more you talk to some of them Jamaican people in a customer service, is the worst it gets for you. So when you go to a place, you just let them do all the talking. I'm telling you, you call some of these places and say, listen, why is it taking so long? If you ever say that to them, dog, name your supper. Yeah, fan of the show. Yeah, I'd love to hear how the USA does it to make it easier. But fan of the show, you must also understand, you know, I doubt that the USA had the kind of issues. Remember that we were able to go to England without visa. I don't think many of the citizens of the USA moving to other countries were falsifying documents because they were welcomed. We were trying to get in. Worse in the 1980s when we had a lot of crime in Jamaica, the amount of people that moved to England and all of them things there. whole heap of fast paper people with criminal record, them just get somebody else's name and all of them thing. They get out some dead people documentation to Ghana foreign. Serious thing. Oh, somebody saying that the Windrush workers were. Oh, so today they are saying that the Windrush workers were nurses, carpenters, builders, and artisans who went to rebuild Britain after the war. Oh, so you're saying that it was okay. Oh, okay. All right. You learn every day. All right. All right. So let me call back. All right, people, please hit the like button. Fabi friend, I can't listen to the voice note where you send me, man. You listen me up on the show. If you ever play the voice note, everybody will go hear. Hey, listen, people, Leon Bailey okay now. If the man say want a break, the man take him break and thing now. We always talk about players having mental health issues. Here it is that a man say need a break for whatever reason. Let him take his break. You never know. Maybe he has issues when I say mental health, because every time people hear mental health, they think about mad people. I'm telling you, some of you in the comment section, you have mental health issues in it. You just don't want to admit it. You're not mad, but you have some problem in your head. And sometimes you need a break. All right, Claudine. Yeah. Jerry, welcome to the show.
Yeah, man, but I listen to you talk about the birth certificate thing and all that, right? And yes, it is a serious thing. You see me? Because I've been through it, I've seen it, and being someone who does this thing part-time, ancestry stuff, part-time, finding these records is not easy. It's really not easy. So people need to understand that. In my family, I have 3 brothers with the 3 of them names spelled differently, 3 of them last name. And nobody never realized it until somebody I go get a piece of land. You understand? That's when people start to realize it. But here's my point to you now, right? Yeah, listen?
Yeah, man, I'm listening, man.
My point to this is, right, when this thing kind of surfaced up and it reached the higher edge, like the JFF and Miss Grange, and he's a player that we really need, and we try, and then okay, the grandparents come forward from England, America, or wherever, right? And they say, okay, something was done wrong. Is there like an effort with the higher up that actually realize, okay, this player in England don't know nothing, and he passed on the information that he has to us? Is there anyone to assist these players?
All right.
Just asking.
All right. So there are people who assist, but you can't. What I'm saying is that sometimes just to get in other words, if your grandmother is dead,
Yes.
And remember now, the person is dead, so the person can't tell you anything, and you finally find their birth certificate. All the complications start there because you have their passport. When you find their birth certificate, you realize the birth certificate from Jamaica is different from the passport they had in England. All right, so how do you go? Where do you go from there? And the person is dead.
So here's what okay. So here's what I suggest to you now. I'm not going to know this. You find a genealogy in Jamaica who help you out, and so these genealogy can stitch stuff together. They can sit down with you, and they can actually recognize, okay, where was this person born? And sometimes they can track that person back from one parish onto the next one. Now, this service is not cheap, right? But there are a lot of them in Jamaica, they are very good. You understand? So just to give you, there's service out there, there's help out there. And we have to try to utilize these help.
So let's go through it, right? You're saying that find somebody who can trace the family tree, and they trace it back and they find out genealogy. Oh, so when we do that, you are Jean Brown and you were born in Baileystown, Clarendon. All right. So now you're dead. So to get the birth certificate, you're gonna have to find somebody who is of a JP standing, who was alive, who can verify that you are actually right, which becomes very difficult to do. And you see, part of the issue is, and sometimes not even the expense. I think, you see, like things like these, we cannot, it's hard to use the American system, because the truth is, I think America.
No, I'm using the Jamaican system.
No, man, just hear me now.
What are the minds, man? Go ahead.
No, so just follow me. The American system is a little bit easier because they have better record keeping. If I go and I keep on saying this, a lot of information for a lot of like people, for example, could use your baby dedication certificate, which means you could go back to the actual church. A lot of churches don't even know where them store them thing there anymore. So the documents, your places you're probably supposed to go to get this stuff. All of them files they probably get destroyed. So it is possible, but I am saying that it's a lengthy process. But we want it to go fast.
Yes, it is.
We want it to happen
it can.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And so my thought is to encourage people that you have a grandson. He's 5 right now. Start it from now. Mm-hmm. That means if it takes 15 years, by the time he turns 20, he can play for Jamaica or wherever. But if you start it at 20, it could take so long that he gets frustrated and don't want to be a part of it again. That's all I'm saying, Let us start the process from the kids are 5 and 6. Because they get the passport, it doesn't change the fact that they are British or they're American or they're whatever.
Yeah. So the thing I discovered when I started doing this a couple of years ago, and luckily, my grandmother is alive still. She's 90 and strong. So I have her to guide me through. But she didn't know anything about her father background. And I started digging, and I couldn't find him in birth certificate. But he took his mom's last name. And so now, so I did a class on genealogy to help me out with these things. Jamaican genealogy too, right? And I do a class and I spend some money and I learn how to get much better on finding these records. I discovered that Manchester was not existent until 18 something another. It was part of Clarendon and all that stuff. So a lot of stuff I learned, right? So once I found his birth certificate with his mother's name, then I started to find all the siblings them with his mother's name too, right? Because
yes, you hear that now? Can you imagine that? No? That is the thing, because a lot of people sometimes, sorry to cut you, but sometimes it is who get the mother pregnant, why the mother have to take the family name. Because sometimes if they take the name of the person get them pregnant, the whole community mash up.
Yes, but not only that time, if you are not married, you cannot put the child in the man name. It has to be in the mother's name. And so all these children that you have, because if you come from a Christian background, so they're registered in my great grandmother needs that. I'm educated in that field. I'm not even educated in that field, just don't know. As when they were going to England in the 1950s and so forth, did not have any birth certificate. So them just go to some JP man to church and then chump up some name, them chump up some birth record for them. They didn't have any. A lot of these sure which year they were born and stuff like that. So that's what
I'm losing you a little bit, Jeremy, and you're making some good points.
It's like, yes. So because I do this, right? So if I didn't do this, I really wouldn't know. And it's a person tell you. Tell me sometime, a long time to find some record. I have to figure out some tricks. Track this man from 2-3 parish over. And also I have to, I have to verify that it's him. Yeah. And so I have some tools to verify that it's him. Sometimes they name 3 brothers. The 3 of them last names spelled 3 different ways. Can you imagine that? And nobody realized that until that time to go to America.
Yep.
All these times.
Yeah.
Nobody took it serious until that time, like a will or something like that. And nobody take these things serious until they come like that. But here is nobody's man. So say something like that happen. And there's a player that the country that JFF want him, the coach want him. And so they say, okay, Minister of Sports, I'm just asking these questions. Listen, we need your help to intervene. And, this guy, his grandmother was born and he gave us all the information that he has. And we're asking you to help us. Can that happen?
But, all right, listen, I'm saying that can happen, But if you do that, if you have a track and field athlete, you'd have to do the same. that the track and field people say them want. If you have a person in the business community that the business community think could be good, you have to do the same.
Yes. I just don't want us to just turn our back on these players and say, boy, we can't help
that in and of itself could be a problem too. So we have to find another way. But there's but I like how you said it. Maybe that is something you can point people in. Here are the persons in Jamaica who are able to assist with these things, because not everybody have the time like you to do that kind of thorough.
Yeah, but there's a lot of geniuses. There's some good geniuses in
Jamaica. Tell me one of them, because I don't know none.
Okay. What I will do, I will send you a name after the show.
Yeah, definitely. I'd love, you know what? If you know somebody who is good, here's what I'd love for you to do for me. Call the person and say, listen, I'd love for you to come on the platform, and I'd love for him to come and talk to the people about how we can help, how the process, because there are many people here who probably want that information, you know. Some of them probably right here now need to check them genealogy right now, you know, because I'm not really sure enough. Let me give you a good example. And this is the young man passed away sadly, but the person who, like the father who had his name is in America, was trying to file for him. All his kids are in America with him, right? So he had this one son in Jamaica, and he filed for the son with the other kids. The son didn't get through, only to find out when they did the blood test and whatever, the DNA, right, that the child was not his. That guy ended up getting murdered in Jamaica, you know, that youngster, you know, because he got so devastated, right, that the man who he thought he was his father up until 19 was not his father. So you have that kind of issue as well, where the name that the people them give to the child is not the actual child father, you know. So it, like,
I get you.
Yeah, so it's a whole
there's also one thing. So let me say something to you. I found this one in my family, and I'm not giving you examples. We can educate people if they might listen. From the 1890 coming up, every time that you get married, they have to put the fathers of the bride and the groom name on the marriage certificate.
Yep.
And that's how I get to find some records. So one of my great grand uncle, it was a dispute, and I find his birth certificate. At birth, I have a different man name. When he was getting married, on his marriage certificate, the real father come, he have a different father name on it, and it's the same person, right? And so I found a historian who explained to me what happened. She had given the child to a first man, and then when the child started to grow and look like the other man, then give the child the other man's name. So, and verse it was never corrected. It was never corrected.
Yo, man, I tell you, brother, I tell you, Jamaica want a sample place.
It was never fixed. In born in a Williams, I'm married in a Reed, and dead in a Reed.
Man, I tell you, Jamaica is a sample place here. Man, I tell you, brother. It's
yes.
This stuff crazy.
So these things happen, and I said let's take the thing to the dog, and them say, oh my God, them say they hear the rumor, but they've not believe it. Because as you know, man, in those days, we as children could never ask no question.
Yeah. In my days, I could ask questions.
Well,
I don't know what kind of days. Brother, I don't want to sound like me an old man. I don't know what kind of days you talk about. But we have an next one.
It's a good point. People need to understand. It's not easy as ABC. It's hard. It's very hard.
That's all I want people to know. Yeah, man.
We have to band together, and JFF can put in, and everybody can try, but it's not an ABC thing. It's
all right.
hard.
We have a next one, and he was asking me to call. Yeah, man. Big up yourself, man. All right. So we have a next one here. Yes, our house music in the building.
Yes, man.
Yeah, man. All right. So I'm not going to say nothing. Talk to the people. Explain how it works in your context. Yeah, man. Good.
All right. So I want to just shed a little light for how the process works. And now go back to the Windrush generation first. Now the Windrush people, them, as I tell you earlier, they came back to build up Britain. They were nurses, artisans, plumbers, skilled workers. But what is important to note is that these people left Jamaica as British citizens because they were under the rule of the Queen.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Before
True. Yeah.
Independence 1962. So they left Jamaica as British citizens. And they left on a ship that was called the Windrush.
Yes.
All came to England. Now, why it's in England? Because you came as a British citizen. You did not look about any documents per se. You just work, got paid, pay taxes, do the land.
Because you're a British citizen.
Because you're a British citizen.
Oh, yeah.
Now,
Now I see why there was a problem now, but go ahead. Yeah.
right. A lot of these people came now. I remember in Jamaica, a lot of these people came from rural areas where they play them time that you have mostly home births. You go buy them house, the mother register them, sometimes the mother register them. Because them bad not village and you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
back then was
Midwife come and do the delivery and thing.
Midwife deliver you, right. But midwife don't come to the paperwork. Just come deliver the baby. So because they left Jamaica as British citizens, they came to England now. They did not get any documentation per se because they are British citizens. Now in the late 2000s, there was a different British government who started digging in this thing now and started saying, but these people, no paperwork. They're not British citizens. And so they started sending some of them back to Jamaica.
Right. I remember that. Was Theresa May?
Theresa May, that was the prime minister.
Yeah.
That was what was called the Windrush scam. So a lot of these people died in Jamaica. Some luckily, the system was reversed and they came back to England. But these people now had a whole generation of British kids. Now, all these kids now that were born in England were born also as British citizens. But when their parents lost their documentation, I mean, when the parents them now realize the documentation, these kids now, the whole documentation became a problem. Because if you were illegal in the country, it means son illegal, grandson illegal,
okay.
and generation. So how we are going to choose the paperwork back now? But these people came there without any paperwork.
And worse if they died.
And some of them died.
Yeah.
So it's not like America where so another thing I want to explain to people now. Not because you are born in England and British side, it does not make you British.
There you go. I saw that recently. Yep, that is true. You have to apply.
One of your parents has to be a British citizen. One of your parents has to be a British citizen, not a resident.
A citizen, right? So if you're a resident, if you have residency and you don't have citizenship, your child born there is not a citizen.
And so we have a generation of kids that are called kids without borders. They are born in England. They're not British citizens, but they are not Jamaicans either.
Oh, so you would have those are those kids now. They have to apply for.
So you have to get a Jamaican passport.
Absolutely.
You get a visa in the Jamaican passport, which is normally a 10. You have to get them that. You get an indefinite. And then after age 12, you can apply to be a British citizen.
Okay. Oh. Okay. So those kids born there have to get a Jamaican passport. Then they have to get a visa. You get 10 years, and after what? 8 years? Then you can apply for citizenship.
After
12 years.
After you pass 12 years old, you can apply to be a naturalized British citizen.
Whoa.
So it's not given to you at birth. So a lot of these kids that we're talking about did go through this process. They had Jamaican passports, or they should have had Jamaican passports.
Oh, so what you mean? So what would have happened to that Jamaican passport?
I don't know, but here's the issue again, no management. Unlike America, you can get all the benefits of living in Britain without paperwork. You can go straight into the school system, be there for years without knowing that you're not British.
Yeah, this is some good information.
So you could go through the school system. Because remember, if you go to hospital, nobody will ask you your papers. Health is free.
Because health is free. And school is free.
Because school is free. You just go through the system. Once you land from British side, you enjoy most of the perks of England. So it's not as easy as these people think. The other thing is now, in Britain, they only have one Jamaican consulate.
In London, which is in London.
Which is in London.
So that may I say no. So imagine the man were born in a Birmingham.
So in our little office, a Birmingham where I go to, but his paperwork is sent to London.
Yeah.
And then transferred to Jamaica.
So what if the man born in we're out in Bournemouth and then place there?
Birmingham.
Yeah.
Go beyond Birmingham, you have to end up at London.
Jeez and peace. You see, people don't know them things because them think everybody born. Although most of the people really in London though, but you have other places. You have people in Manchester.
You have Manchester, Birmingham, you have Bristol. Jamaicans everywhere in the UK. It's a myth about London. Jamaicans
even down on the coast as well.
Leeds, Liverpool,
yeah.
Sheffield, Jamaicans everywhere. Other states.
Oh, Southampton.
London is the bigger city, so it's not all Jamaicans live in London.
It's true now because where the cricket where's the Oval? Nothing. What's the name of the cricket place in is the Oval is where?
The Oval is London. But you have,
which one is in Leeds? One is in Leeds, man.
Trajectories.
Yeah.
No, you have Nottingham too. So
and Nottingham, right. So what I'm saying is that a lot of Jamaicans and Caribbean people are indoors because they used to go over for cricket and don't come back.
All right. There you go. It's an interesting fact. That's again, sir. Remember up until 2000, you just jump on a plane and from England. And I know people who have been deported today, and I see them tomorrow.
Yeah.
All I have to do is go to Jamaica, get a new passport, come back. No.
When I say get a new passport, so if my name is Fresh God Smith.
Right.
And I get deported. So you just get an passport with Fresh God Smith. I'm gone back up tomorrow.
No,
I'm going to change the name.
When I first came to England, the first thing somebody told me was make sure to put on your new passport money. So if you document it, make sure you have two things. You have a return plane ticket, and you have your new passport money. So I get deported as John Smith, tomorrow I come back as Wayne Brown. But I might come back as Wayne Brown and have some kids.
Okay.
I might start a family with some kids as Wayne Brown.
But and the other kids them name Smith and these kids name Brown. Yes, but it's the same father.
No, under the new technologies now, at some point, they're going to hold me and say, listen to me. You are not Wayne Brown. You are in fact John Smith. So all my generation of Wayne Brown are in problem because I came to England under false pretense.
Yo.
If these kids want to play football for Jamaica or for another year, or whatever the case, it's going to be a long process because I have multiple identities.
Okay, interesting.
It's not as easy as the people in the US because you have one consulate also. In America, you have a consulate in Atlanta, one in Miami, one in New York, one everywhere. It's different, and you have to take time with this also because they have to understand as well. People are born in England, and their first allegiance is England.
Always tell the people them that. And some of them listen just to go back into the history and forget the thing. It is embarrassing, so them probably don't even want to do it. Them just leave it alone.
Leave it alone. Now when you start finding something that is your life.
Let me tell you this. I know a player, top player, that played in the Premier League, that wanted to play for Jamaica, but that's what his parents said. Just leave that alone.
You ever find out some things where you can't find? You ever find out some
Yep. They just say leave it alone.
So you name Brown, but really and truly my name is Thomas.
Yeah.
So when you start,
them find out to name them to come to go down at Jamaica and you have to get under pause church.
Yeah, but me say him think that, yeah, boy, me I tell you, it's so many different things, man.
I think and let them make the choices.
Yeah. I'm glad that you explained that so some people can understand that this process is it can be lengthy and it's not an easy process. I'm so glad that
it get bigger. Everybody wants it.
Yeah.
It can be embarrassing too.
Yeah, man. Check it. It can be embarrassing, man.
Oh, we got here.
Yeah.
But make somebody step up there, but just
yeah, man, appreciate it, man. Yeah, man, really love the information. And them kind of thing they want to hear about. You understand me? So people can better understand processes and show more respect to people. You understand me? All right. Oh, bless up yourself, you know. Every time I hear it's a reconnecting. So, yeah, people. Good information. Good information right there. Listen, Celtics just swept the Pacers. Fresh gotta have to type it 3 times to get it right. Be yourself in a fresh god. A good thing, say now, and you typing people name in a fresh god. Because instead I said the people them picking the name a good thing, fresh people, it's a good thing and a fresh gotta do this business right here now. Because him say Celtic got slapped up. See it? Remember writing wrong information. Then him try correct it and he says Celtics slapped up Pistons. You see the people them, you see it now? Then him say no, then him get it correct. Celtics swept. Even the fresh got our type in all follow name dog RGD. You see all you attack coach Minzy, you think I'm Minzy, you don't name Tinzy. You should have glad you're a fresh dog of that. You better believe it. Understand me? Yeah, man. Big up military Guna. Passing through the house as well. Bless up yourself. Yeah, but big up to our house music because some very important information he has shared a thing. You understand me? So that is good. Oh, Nitro, the people they want to know if Nitro 69 is the Nitro and then the after 9 name is 69, you know. Signifying the age. So after 9 o'clock, you get to your real age. 1969, you're born. But before 9, you're just Nitro. You're young. But after 9, you get old. Right. But people, yeah, man, just to close out with Leon Bailey. Let me just say this as well, because there were some serious issues, you know, with the Jamaica game, you know, because, you know, the lights are not sufficient in the stadium. And I know that there was serious issues with the lighting to the point where they were going to play the game earlier. But you know what? All things, that's very good. It looks like, yeah, the game will be played at the 6 o'clock time. All right. All right. So, yeah. So as you know that Andre Blake signed his new contract, don't it? Right? Yes. So big up to Andre Blake with his contract extension at the Philadelphia Union. You know, he has re-signed up until 2026. And he has an option for 2027. So unless there's a transfer move, looks like he'll be staying there. You understand me? Yeah, Jim Curtin told the media Thursday press conference. So up to Thursday, we're still getting to the bottom of what exactly is happening. So you know that Andre Blake still also nursing an injury. You understand? I didn't play on Saturday. So yeah. So yeah, man. Yeah, so the lights have been fixed. So night game at the stadium because I think Thursday, 3 o'clock would be a poor attendance. Yeah, knee injury, fresh guy. Yeah, man. $1,500 for ticket, people. Remember, if you use the code I am sure sports, you get 10% discount, right? On the tickets, meaning that you'll only pay $1,350. So go on the ticketing website. Remember as well, if you're overseas, you can buy the ticket for your friends and family in Jamaica and send it to them. So that's like $10. Yeah, $10 can buy a ticket in a people. You can spend $10 and buy a ticket for your friend. All right. Tier two have one more round in the regular season, and then it goes into the semifinals. So they have one more round of game left, and then it goes into the finals, the semifinals and the finals. So I think I have here the most recent point standing. So let me see if I can tell you it. Is this it? Yeah. I think Reno is on 42 now. Yeah. Yeah, so Reno, I think how it is right now, Reno would play True Juice. I think that is how it's looking. Racing and probably Chapitan Maroons are going to play. So I think that is how the semifinals are going to look. But people have been challenging people from Western Jamaica, to help Reno, but some of the people don't want to. We have even in fact told them that, listen, you don't have to give anybody the money, right? I always tell people it's not good to, unless it's like a friend and you really want, give them a thing. But if you want things to be done, you can actually buy the stuff online and it gets to them. Yeah. Phantom of the show, definitely. So I would say I love his idea. So listen, if you, whatever school you are, you can pay for a first group of students at Calabar or at JC or at KC, or the football team or the under 14 or the under 16, or maybe you have a club in your community. You can buy them some tickets. Spend $100. Spend $200. $200. Hey, 200. All right, let me work it out for you people. Because you don't know, we not like 200. So we just got, that's what? 30,000? That's how it go. 200 US in around 30,000 Jamaican. Let's go 150. Right? And then you get the discount. $1,350. 22 tickets that, 200 US. 200 US. And you can send the football team from your community. You can send the Colts team from your farmer school. You can send the Pepsi team. You can send your primary school team. You understand me? You can send your basic school team. You can send your prep school team to the game. Simple maths. 200 US. 200 US dollars. Yeah, the Mobile United coach looks like he has parted companies with Mobile United club, going a different direction again. Congratulations to August Town and Boys Town. The two towns, one Boys Town, are the Major League champions. Yeah? Are the CASAPA championship champion, and then August Town are the Major League champions. It will be interesting to see if Boys Town will play in the Tier 2, now that they have won it. Who did they defeat? Do any part? So if Boys Town don't go and play, is Do any part Boys Town played? Who did Boys Town play? Do any part? Will they play in the Tier 2? JDF. So if Boys Town decide that they are not going to play in the Tier 2 and JDF gets the spot, so you want to tell me if JDF go and decide that they are going to play in the Tier 2, Hey, what a thing up a Kasafa. Kasafa said to them, say, hey, we are banning from all our youth competition. JDF, I go say to them. But we don't have no youth. What if JDF decide that, okay, we will take Boy Stone spot because we want to play in the Premier League? Yo. Hey, it will be interesting to see what will happen because I know the Kasafa teams have still decided not to play in Tier 2. So, yep, let's see what happens. Hey. All right. Yep. Anyways, we could drop some tune and then leave now.
2026, 2026, World Cup body dream. Your people believe. We're reggae boys in the office, the national stadium. Aside I get dirt, to them a fee go down. Did it, send another one come. We ready, yeah we ready right now. Coulda ball, coulda beg, full up them net. Not take no check a World Cup, we say. Feel it on the right, you want great down the left. Buzzer up top, and I hit my pussy there. Goal, yo the crowd shout out. Goal, yo the place get low. Goal, over bleachers low. Goal, and gun stand up. Goal, yo the crowd shout out. Goal, yo the place get low. Goal, over bleachers low. Goal, and gun stand up. The game get nice when we spark out down the line. Dixon just give a boy a pile. See fast, just cut it on the line, them get panic. Low bus a tackle and the crowd is static. Bobby up the ball, none of them can touch it. Pinnock start the play and find a pass down the line to one down. Now this time we fire a kick and the keeper couldn't stop it. Goal, yo the crowd shout out. Goal, yo the place get low. Goal, over bleachers low. Goal, and gun stand up. Goal, yo the crowd shout out. Goal, yo the place get low. Goal, over bleachers low. Goal, and gun stand up. No goal can't score when I break key a keep. Dexter Greg Lilly at the body every must sweep. Hector Dushan Bernard wanna calm down the play, wanna rough up a boy DJ. We find a pass right away, replay. Papa take it and turn key right. He ma do the dirty work, what a joy. You see reggae boy score goal. Yo the crowd shout out goal. Yo the place get low. Goal, over bleachers no. Goal, and gun stand up. Goal, yo the crowd shout out. Goal, yo the place get low. Goal, over bleachers no. Goal, and gun stand up. Yo we winning right now. Yo we winning right now. We winning right now. We winning right now.
All right, that is how we're going to end it. No, let me just say this. If a team cannot compete in the Tier 2, they should not be allowed to even consider coming into the Premier League. The Premier League provides less finances than the Tier 2. So if you can't play Tier 2, I don't think you can manage to play in the Premier League. So if a team cannot play Tier 2, they should not be allowed to participate in the Premier League. Because you're not going to pay the people them. You can't play players and have a good There's no way you cannot finance Tier 2 and want to play in the Premier League. A joke thing that. So I think that should be part of it. If you can't survive Tier 2 financially, you can't survive Premier League. Look at it. Where Premier League going right now? That is it. That is it, people. But listen, big up yourself. It has been a night one. I haven't had a night one in a long time. Listen, I still believe though that there can be a little bit more likes on the video, right? I think we can, if we can get 25 people to like it before they go, we get 100 likes on it. I think it has been good content, and if you agree with me, just go ahead and hit the like button. Lick it till it bust. You understand me? Big up, because I know at night time there are many shows. So the fact that there was basketball, the fact that you took the time to come and be a part of the show, appreciate that. Big up Coach Minzy. I saw Unseen Sports also on. Military Guna was on. I saw Shamar, I think his name is. Let me see that there's a next channel. I like to heal up the channels them and all do. Sometimes the channels them heal up management. But you know how we do, we keep it peaceful and loving. I think it's Shamar's TV. I think the name was big up that channel as well. If it is a channel, and all the other channels who were on. You understand me? Yep. So again, thank you so much for being a part of the show. Shamar Sports TV. Yeah, man. I am management. This has been I Am Sure Sports, and as usual, when it gets to the end of our air program, we say we are over and we are O-U-T. Out of here. Big up one and all.